The searing warmth of Ethan's breath grazed Liam's ear. Beneath his palm, an undeniable pressure built, sending a deep blush across Liam's face and turning his thoughts to mush. He managed to stammer that 18 was the legal age of consent. Ethan's chest heaved, his voice a low question, asking if it was just about being 18. He guided Liam's hand, his breathing growing coarse and loud in the silent room. It was like a dream from that summer years ago crashing into the present, the past and now overlapping until it fell, real and tangible, into his arms. Liam squeezed his eyes shut, incoherently reminding Ethan that he was still running a fever. Ethan didn't release his grip, murmuring that the fever only made him hotter. Liam's mind was a storm of confusion. He couldn't think. He buried his face in Ethan's chest, listening to the chaotic rhythm of their heartbeats and gasps. He felt his own body temperature rising to match, his own breathing becoming shallow. Suddenly, he realized with a jolt that something below his waist had changed, that he was reacting just like Ethan. Panic seized him and he tried to flee, but Ethan's arms were an iron cage. Ethan let go of his hand, only to take hold of him instead. A violent shudder racked Liam's body. His voice, when it came, was warped and thin. He pleaded for him to stop. "Don't be scared," Ethan soothed, guiding Liam's hand to join his. He explained that it was a perfectly normal physiological reaction. A soft whimper escaped Liam's lips. He trembled in the ensuing chaos, his mind a complete blank, as if Ethan had taken control of his entire being. Tears welled and spilled from the corners of his eyes as he heard Ethan call his name, Liam. More than half an hour later, Liam was huddled in a corner, hugging his knees. His eyes were moist, the rims red. When Ethan tried to approach, Liam's voice was sharp. "Don't you come near me." Ethan opened his mouth to speak, but Liam cut him off again, forbidding him to talk either. It took a long time for the heat to recede from Liam's face and neck. Their clothes were soiled. Fortunately, there were spare pajamas in the bedroom closet. He found a set and tossed them to Ethan before taking his own into the bathroom. When he came out, Ethan was sitting on the edge of the bed, still in his old clothes, just watching him. Liam was confused and asked him what was wrong. Ethan replied, "You made this mess on me. Aren't you going to help me change?" The blood rushed back to Liam's face. He retorted defensively that Ethan had done the same to him. Ethan simply offered to help Liam change as well. "No way," Liam said, not falling for the trap. He demanded to know if Ethan had lost the use of his hands and feet, asking why he couldn't change himself. Ethan's excuse was his fever. Liam's frustration grew. He shot back that Ethan seemed to have recovered just fine, given how strong he'd been just a moment ago. Ethan nodded slightly. He admitted that breaking a sweat had helped him feel a bit better. "I'm done with you," Liam declared, grabbing his dirty clothes and stomping off to the laundry room, the machine thudding as he loaded it. After hanging the clothes to dry, he ran into Helen in the living room. Helen glanced at the pajamas he was wearing, her expression puzzled. Liam quickly explained that he had taken a shower and changed. Her brow furrowed. "You're staying the night?" Liam nodded, explaining his promise to Ethan to stay until the fever broke. Helen sensed something odd but couldn't place it. Shaking it off with a polite but thin smile, she announced she was tired and wouldn't be able to entertain him. Liam, unbothered, told her it was no problem and that she should get some rest. Helen gave an awkward okay, feeling strangely like he was more the master of the house than she was. She retreated to another guest room. Later that night, coming out for a glass of water, she saw Liam tiptoeing down from upstairs. They froze, staring at each other. Liam stammered that he was just checking to see if Ethan's fever had gone down. Helen found it strange that he needed to check in the middle of the night. She managed a stiff smile. "You're very good to him." Liam scurried back to his room, wishing her good night. Puzzled, Helen went upstairs herself. Opening Ethan's door, she saw him sleeping soundly. As she was about to close it, Ethan's eyes suddenly opened. There was a hint of a smile in them that vanished the moment he recognized her. His expression turned to stone. He asked coolly if she was getting too old to sleep through the night. Helen nearly stormed over to hit him. "Is that any way to talk?" "No," Ethan said flatly. Furious, Helen slammed the door and left. The next morning, hoping to persuade Ethan to take a more active interest in the family business, Helen was in the kitchen preparing a special steel-cut oat porridge with goji berries and flaxseed, playing the part of a dutiful mother. Liam came out after washing up and saw her setting the bowl on the counter to cool. He casually asked if she liked oatmeal. Helen smiled, beginning to explain that it was for Ethan, but Liam interrupted. He informed her that Ethan hated it, that he wouldn't even drink it if it were sweetened. He added that the goji berries were also a no-go unless they were in a soup. Otherwise, Ethan wouldn't touch it. He was such a picky eater, so much trouble. Helen's smile vanished. She could only murmur in agreement. Pushing the bowl toward Liam, she told him to eat it while she made something else for Ethan. But what would she make? She realized with a start that she didn't even know what her own son liked to eat. She knew less about him than this boy he'd known in middle school. Thankfully, the housekeeper, Maria, emerged to say she was already frying up some bacon and eggs, which would be ready soon. Later that afternoon, the doctor came by. Ethan's fever had broken. The doctor prescribed some medication, offered a few words of advice, and left. Seeing Ethan looking much more alert, Liam decided it was time to tell him he needed to head back to campus. He had his part-time job at Cole's bar that evening and had already missed 2 days, losing a lot of money. Ethan looked at him, his tone neutral as he asked if anything was more important than him. Liam avoided his gaze, muttering that money was, in fact, quite important. "I'll call the doctor back," Ethan announced. Liam was startled. "What's wrong?" "Heart failure." Realizing he was joking, Liam mumbled that if everyone thought money wasn't important, no one would work for Cole, and his bar would go out of business. Ethan picked up his phone and called Cole. After a long pause, someone answered. "Hello? Is your bar going out of business?" Ethan asked. "If it is, just shut it down." There was some noise on the other end, then Cole's irritated voice. "Don't bother me." A softer voice called out Cole and the line went dead. Ethan looked at Liam. "See? He doesn't even care." Liam grabbed his phone, confused but curious. He thought he had heard Mr. Evans' voice. He wondered if Cole was bothering Mr. Evans again. Liam worried whenever Mr. Evans was with Cole. Mr. Evans was so quiet and slender, while Cole was rough and imposing. If they ever got into a fight, Mr. Evans wouldn't stand a chance. Though he did seem to recall seeing Mr. Evans slap Cole once. He also remembered the first time Cole saw Mr. Evans outside the school gates, drunk and belligerent, grabbing the man's chin and kissing him like some kind of thug. It was frightening. Liam asked Ethan with genuine concern if he thought Cole would hurt Mr. Evans. Ethan was dismissive. "I don't even manage myself, why would I manage Cole?" "But Mr. Evans. Mr. Evans is an adult too," Ethan said. "He knows what he's doing." Liam persisted, arguing that Mr. Evans couldn't win a fight against Cole. Ethan countered that if he didn't want to be there, plenty of people would deal with Cole for him. Liam was surprised, asking if that meant Mr. Evans didn't dislike Cole. He couldn't understand why he always seemed to be running away from him then. Ethan didn't know. He glanced at Liam. "You're always trying to run away, too." "I am not," Liam denied instinctively. "Then don't leave tonight." "I'm not running away. I'm going to work," Liam argued. "Then why not work here?" "For me?" Liam opened his mouth but didn't know what to say. He needed to earn money, but strangely, the thought of earning it from Ethan didn't feel like earning money at all. Perhaps it was because he already owed Ethan so much. "No," he muttered. "I want to earn other people's money." "Right," Ethan said. "I'm not other people." Liam's face grew hot. He stumbled awkwardly towards the stairs. "I'm leaving. You should take your medicine." As he came downstairs, he saw Helen standing by the sofa, watching him silently, her expression unreadable. "Helen," Liam began, a sudden unease creeping into his heart. "I'm heading out." Helen didn't say much, just nodded. Liam said a quick goodbye to Maria and hurried out. Helen watched him leave, then turned and went upstairs. Ethan was propped up against the headboard, looking at his phone, likely dealing with company matters. Helen stood in the doorway watching him. Without looking up, Ethan asked if she needed something. She studied him for a long moment, as if seeing a stranger. Finally, she spoke slowly. "The towels, the toothbrushes, the water glasses, the slippers, everything in this house, except for the color, comes in identical pairs." Ethan remained impassive. "What are you asking?" Helen's gaze sharpened. She strode to his closet, yanked it open, and pulled out a set of pajamas. "Why do you have pajamas here that fit him perfectly? Has he really only been staying here for a day or two?" "No," Ethan said calmly. 2 years. Helen couldn't believe it. She was stunned. 2 years? You two have been. I haven't won him over yet." Helen was even more shocked. "You haven't won him over, and you've been living together for 2 years? I tricked him into coming here." Helen's hands trembled slightly. She murmured, "You can't do this. Your father will never accept it." "I don't need his acceptance," Ethan said, unconcerned. "You'll be thrown out." Helen's voice was shrill. "Everything you have now, it will all be gone." "I know what I'm doing," Ethan replied. "What do you know?" Helen couldn't stay calm. "Do you think it was easy for me to get where I am today? If you're involved with a man, how am I supposed to survive in the Holt family? What will people think? What am I supposed to do?" Ethan finally put down his phone and looked up at her. His eyes were both familiar and strange, and for a moment, Helen felt as if she had been transported back 8 years to that other confrontation. She had held a shard of a broken vase to her own neck, telling a 15-year-old Ethan, "If you don't come back with me, I'll die right here for you to see." Time seemed to warp and fold. She heard the voice of the young man before her merge with the voice of the boy from the past. Then what about me? Ethan had never wanted to find his father. But in his sophomore year of high school, Helen had returned, beaming, announcing she had found him. At some gala, she had finally cornered the man who had abandoned her and made a scene. The Holt family had only agreed to let her bring Ethan back to quiet the scandal. But Ethan didn't want to go to that place. A place that hadn't wanted him since birth could hardly be called a home. He wanted to stay, to work hard and save money, to go to high school and college with Liam. But Helen, clutching the sharp piece of glass, had threatened to die before his eyes. The bright red blood had stained her pale dress, spreading slowly. The day before he left, Ethan went to school as usual. He slept at his desk and, after class, rode his bike home with Liam. Liam sat on the back rack, explaining a math problem, pointing out the stray cats and dogs along the way, his laughter bright and easy. It was a day like any other, except Ethan was the only one who knew it was their last. At his front door, Liam waved goodbye and said he'd see him tomorrow. Ethan didn't reply. He didn't want to say goodbye. Perhaps they would never see each other again. You always ask, what about me? Across the chasm of 8 years, Ethan looked at his mother again. Did you ever once think, what about me? Helen was momentarily stunned. I did it for your own good, she stammered, trying to convince herself as much as him. Returning to the Holt family was the best thing for you. No more struggling, no more hunger. You have family. Are they my family? Ethan asked. Helen was speechless. They never welcomed us, Ethan said. You've always known that. Helen's face paled. But it's different now. You're grown up. You don't have to let them bully you anymore. Yes, I'm grown up, he repeated softly. So don't try to control me anymore. I gave him up once. There won't be a second time. Helen's face grew even paler. It was as if she remembered something else. But aren't you supposed to be getting engaged to Chloe Zhao? Suddenly, there was a thud. Ethan turned his head to see Liam standing in the doorway, a stack of books scattered at his feet. He scrambled to pick them up, looking lost and helpless. I came back for my books. He stammered, before his legs gave out and he slumped to the floor. Liam hadn't meant to eavesdrop. He had walked for a while before realizing he'd left his textbook at Ethan's. He had only returned to grab it. But as he got it, he heard what sounded like an argument upstairs. Worried that Ethan, who was still recovering, might get worked up and make his fever worse, he decided to check. He reached the bedroom door just in time to hear Helen say that Ethan was getting engaged to Chloe Zhao. A roar filled Liam's head, and everything went blank. He clutched his textbook and collapsed, feeling as if all the strength had drained from his body. Liam. Ethan's brow furrowed. He was about to get out of bed when Helen turned on Liam, demanding to know if he was the one who had seduced her son. Ethan's face darkened instantly. I'm the one who won't leave him alone, he cut in. Liam gripped the doorframe and slowly pulled himself to his feet. I should get back to campus, he said in a small voice. Ethan strode over and grabbed his hand, refusing to let him go. He turned to Helen. I'll have Peterson drive you home. Helen stared at their tightly clasped hands, still unwilling to believe it. She tried to reason with him, her voice a jumble of urgent, confused pleas. Listen to me, think clearly about what's most important. Your father values you now. He wants you to come home more often, he says you're capable. Your company, this house. We fought so hard for all of this, didn't we? You're still young. Don't ruin everything over a moment of impulse. You'll regret it. I would never hurt you. Please listen to me. Ethan didn't answer. He just called Peterson. Take my mother home. Soon, Peterson came upstairs and respectfully escorted Helen away. Ethan pulled a dazed Liam into the room. As Liam watched him close the door, his thoughts slowly began to reassemble. He tried to pull his hand free, murmuring that he really needed to go back to school. Ethan looked down at him. Don't you have anything to ask me? Ask what? Liam clutched the textbook to his chest, his mind racing. He wanted to ask if he was really getting engaged to Chloe. Ask why he hadn't told him. Ask why he had let him stay. Did an engagement mean a wedding was next? When would it be? After they were married, would Chloe live here too? Then he should never come back. But what did Ethan's marriage have to do with him? Maybe after he was married, he would finally leave him alone. Warm fingertips brushed against his cheek. He heard Ethan ask softly, "Why are you crying?" "I'm not crying." He lifted a hand to his face and felt the wetness of tears. Why was he crying? He stared at his damp palm, a profound sadness washing over him at the thought of Ethan getting married. It felt like someone had squeezed his heart, a tight, painful grip. He remembered his sophomore year, when his mom got sick. They had spent so much money on medicine, but nothing worked. His dad had wanted to sell their house, but she wouldn't let him. It was incurable, she knew. Lying on the stark white hospital sheets, her once thick hair thinned from the illness, her face drawn, she had smiled weakly at them. She told them not to spend any more money, that it was useless. She knew it was a losing battle, but the living still had to live. The day she passed, his dad took care of everything at the hospital and led him home like a ghost. Halfway there, his dad suddenly broke down, his sobs tearing through him, raw and heartbroken. He cried about how much it hurt, how much he regretted not selling the house sooner. If they had had money, lots and lots of money, his mom could have gone to the best hospital, seen the best doctors, used the best medicine. Maybe then she would have been okay. He crouched by the side of the road, bent over in pain, crying for what felt like an eternity. Liam cried with him, not knowing where his father's pain was, just crouching beside him, crying until his eyes were swollen shut. He didn't know what to do. The smell of antiseptic from the hospital clung to him, a scent he could never forget. He felt lost and helpless. In that moment, he wanted Ethan more than anything. He wanted Ethan to hold him. His voice was lost in his sobs, a broken whisper, "Ethan, I don't have a mom anymore." But Ethan was long gone by then. After that, his dad became obsessed with making money, dreaming of getting rich overnight. He sold the house and poured everything into investments and business ventures that flared brightly before spectacularly crashing and burning. Liam knew it was a scar on his father's heart that would never heal. His dad was like a ghost of himself in those days, often waking in the middle of the night, crying out in pain. Liam didn't fully understand what love was, but he knew his dad had loved his mom. The thought of her would make him smile, and then the smile would turn to tears. His mom had told him that before they got married, his dad was so excited he couldn't sleep for 3 days straight, getting up in the middle of the night to go for a run, only to be chased by the neighborhood dogs. So, shouldn't marriage be with someone you love? Why would Ethan say he liked him, but then go and marry someone else? Did he not like him anymore? Liam wiped his eyes with the back of his hand and asked Ethan, "Do you like Chloe?" "No," Ethan said. "Then why are you marrying her?" Liam asked again. Ethan brushed a thumb over his tear-stained cheek. "Does it bother you that much?" Liam's nose stung, and tears flowed uncontrollably. "You said you liked me," he choked out, his words muffled by his trembling lips. How can you marry someone else?" Ethan took the textbook from his arms and set it on the bed. He looked at him, his voice low. "Then do you like me?" Liam tried to force his eyes wider, to hold back the tears, but it was no use. A montage of moments flashed through his mind. Ethan sleeping on his shoulder, looking so peaceful and tired. The negotiation from 20 years down to 2. Waking up in a warm embrace, sleeping tangled together through the night. Ethan's lie about not being able to sleep. His words, "I just want you to stay with me." He was the first one to say he liked him. Finally, Liam couldn't hold it in any longer. A sob broke from him as he cried out, "I don't want you to get married." It was as if Ethan had caught hold of something. He pressed him, asking why. Liam's tears fell faster. Pinned against the wall, Ethan kept asking, demanding an answer. "Why don't you want me to get married? Tell me why." Liam was crying too hard to breathe. He shouted, "Ethan, you're so infuriating." He threw his arms around Ethan's neck, tilted his head back, and kissed him. Liam's few kisses had all been orchestrated by Ethan. He was always left dazed, his mind blank, unable to do anything but let Ethan kiss him. But this time, he was the one who initiated it. He pressed his lips to Ethan's but didn't know what to do next, so he just licked him haphazardly. Ethan's mouth didn't even open. Liam's warm tears trickled between their lips. He whimpered, his words slurred. Mouth. Open your mouth. Ethan cupped his face, pulling back slightly to wipe away his tears with his thumb. His breath was hot and heavy. I have a cold. I'll get you sick. Liam just shook his head, his eyes wet. Ethan pressed his thumb to his flushed lips, his voice a low whisper. Why did you kiss me? Liam's lips tightened. He paused, then buried his face in Ethan's shoulder, holding him without a word. The room was silent except for his broken sobs. After a long moment, Liam's small voice was heard. What do I do? I think I might like you a little. Ethan's large hand moved from his back to his waist. Only a little? Liam sniffled. Maybe. A little more than a little. Ethan couldn't help but let out a soft laugh. A little. He tightened his arms, as if a long wait had finally been rewarded. A mix of joy and cautious tenderness. A little is enough. Liam rested his chin on Ethan's shoulder and mumbled. Then, can you not get engaged to Chloe? Okay, Ethan said. She's in love with Mark. Liam instantly lifted his head. Then why did your mom say you were getting engaged to her? They were so close their breaths mingled. Ethan, genuinely concerned about passing on his cold, but reluctant to let go, grabbed a disposable mask from the nightstand and put it on before sitting on the bed with Liam in his arms. My mom didn't know the whole situation, he explained. Chloe Zhao was just trying to make Mark jealous. Chloe Zhao. That's her name? Liam felt indignant. I cried for nothing. You did that on purpose, didn't you? Why didn't you say something sooner? Because I was surprised too, Ethan said, his forehead resting against Liam's. I thought I'd be waiting forever. But then someone heard I was getting engaged and burst into tears. I did not. Liam turned his face away, embarrassed. I said I only liked you a little. Not a lot. Ethan smiled. Didn't you say I was infuriating? Liam's face grew hotter, probably red. He didn't want Ethan to see, so he wrapped his arms around his neck and hid his face in the crook of his neck. You are infuriating, he grumbled. He was quiet for a moment, then said Ethan's name again. Ethan. Yes? Ethan replied. What is it? My heart won't stop beating, Liam stammered. Your heart is supposed to beat. No, Liam said. It's beating really fast. Their chests were pressed together, and through their clothes, they could feel the frantic rhythm of each other's hearts. Why? Ethan asked. Maybe. I'm a little excited. Excited about what? Liam knew he was playing dumb but didn't want to answer. He turned the question back on him. Yours is beating fast too. Ethan said slowly. It's my first time being someone's boyfriend. I'm a little nervous. Blood rushed to Liam's face again. What boyfriend? Well, it's my first time being someone's husband, too. That's also quite nerve-wracking. Liam couldn't listen anymore. He struggled to get up. I'm not talking to you anymore. I have to go to work. But before he could stand, Ethan flipped him over and pinned him to the bed. I'll have Peterson drive you over in a bit. The mention of Peterson reminded Liam of Helen being sent away. He hesitated. Is your mom really angry? If she's angry, will you leave me? Ethan asked. No, Liam answered without thinking, then repeated it softly. No, I won't. Ethan looked at him. The redness at the corners of his eyes hadn't faded, and his lashes were still damp, like tiny fans that had been washed with water. His dark pupils reflected the image of the person above him. Ethan's throat tightened. Having a cold really sucks. Liam didn't think much of it. Of course it does. It's miserable. And I can't kiss you. Liam looked away, mumbling, then you should get better fast so you can. Ethan seemed to startle for a second, then couldn't resist leaning down and kissing him on the cheek, right through the mask. Liam blinked, stunned, and heard him say, "I'll owe you. Can you owe someone that?" Liam wondered dazedly. How many did he owe? 1 kiss? 2? That evening, as he worked at the twilight, his mind was still in a fog, as if he were in a dream. How had things suddenly turned out this way? Were he and Ethan dating now? He wiped a glass, then pulled out his phone and texted Ethan. "Are we dating?" Ethan's reply came quickly. "If you don't want to, we can get married instead." Liam decided he'd rather date for a bit. He put his phone down, feeling a little lost. He'd never been in a relationship before. He had no idea what to do. He asked his coworker, Maya, what people in relationships usually do. Eat together, go for walks, hold hands, see movies, that kind of thing, Maya said casually. So that was dating? Liam thought about it. He and Ethan did all of those things regularly. They even slept together. Did that mean they had been dating for a long time already? Just then, Cole came over and pulled Liam aside. He asked conspiratorially, "What does your Mr. Evans like?" "Mr. Evans?" Liam shook his head. He didn't know Mr. Evans well, only seeing him during class. "Boss, are you and Mr. Evans? We're dating," Cole announced to the world. Liam was a little shocked. Did Mr. Evans agree? Well, he didn't say no, so that's a yes, Cole reasoned. Liam was intensely curious. He thought that Maya was a girl and he and Ethan were both guys. Maybe their dating experiences would be different. Cole and Mr. Evans were probably a closer comparison. He asked humbly, "So, what do you two do when you're dating?" Cole's face broke into a knowing, roguish grin as if remembering something. The grin widened, looking more and more inappropriate. "What is it?" Liam asked. Cole just chuckled for a while, not telling Liam what they did. He just waved his hand dismissively with a mock-serious expression. "You're not dating, you wouldn't understand." "I am too," Liam protested. "Even if we only started this afternoon." Cole was surprised. So that jerk Ethan finally stopped pretending? How did you know it was him? Liam wondered. "If you were with anyone else, he'd lose his mind," Cole said. "He's been holding it in for so long. I was afraid he'd explode." Liam remembered Ethan telling him at the dorm that he'd wanted to be with him since middle school. It really had been a long time. Liam felt a little dazed. "Why didn't any of you tell me?" he murmured. "I was afraid Ethan would kill me," Cole said. Liam didn't quite agree. "He's not that fierce." "He's not fierce with you," Cole said with disdain for his friend. "Don't you want a wife?" Liam's face flushed. He rubbed his hands together, his voice lacking confidence. "What wife? I'm the husband." Cole burst out laughing. "What are you laughing at?" Liam demanded. Cole patted his shoulder. Sure. As long as Ethan agrees." Of course he'd agree, Liam thought. He was the one who said he'd be the wife last time. Cole's phone buzzed. He glanced at it and told Liam, "I've got to go. If you want to know about dating, ask Ethan." But Ethan has never been in a relationship either, Liam thought. He remembered that Ethan's previous attempts at courting him were based on some dating guides he'd found online. Who knew if that stuff was real? Later that night, when he got home, he showered and slipped into Ethan's bed. Ethan had been leaning against the headboard on his phone. Seeing Liam burrowing under the covers, he pulled the blanket back a bit and looked at him through his mask. Liam's eyes peeked out over the edge of the blanket. After a 10-second staring contest, Liam reached over to the nightstand, grabbed another mask, and put it on. I'm wearing one too. I won't get infected. Under the covers, he reached for Ethan's hand. I don't want to sleep in the guest room, he said softly. His face felt hot again, and he added awkwardly, it's bad luck to sleep in separate rooms on the first day of dating. Ethan watched him quietly for a moment, then gave a soft and pulled the blanket up for him. Liam rolled happily. Your bed is so comfortable. I've missed it. Just my bed? Ethan asked. Liam buried half his face in the pillow. I missed you a little too, he mumbled. Ethan's fingertips touched his cheek. He teased, you blush so easily. Liam buried his face deeper in the pillow. You're thick-skinned, of course you don't blush. Ethan chuckled. Right. Your skin is thin. He leaned in closer, his voice dropping. Are other places just as sensitive? Liam pushed him away, muttering, sensitive to what? I'm not a cooked lobster. Are you hungry? Liam felt his stomach and shook his head. Not eating. Time to sleep. He moved closer to hug Ethan and started complaining. I asked Cole today what to do in a relationship, and he wouldn't tell me. He told me to ask you. Ethan ruffled his soft hair. Why would you ask him of all people? He said he's dating Mr. Evans. Dating? Ethan scoffed. He's just making things up. Making things up? Liam was confused. He locked the guy up. Liam was utterly shocked. He what? That's what dating is? That's sick. The sicko in question, Cole, was sitting on his sofa, flipping through documents he'd gathered on the Evans Corporation. Since Mr. Evans, whose first name was Julian, had been taken away by his father, Cole had found it nearly impossible to see him. Julian used to live on his own, but Cole had staked out the apartment several times with no luck. He had likely gone back to live with his father. Cole's only option was to try and catch him on his way to or from work at the university. But Julian no longer came and went alone. A driver dropped him off at the gates every day, and the car would wait there until his classes were over to take him home. Cole didn't know if the driver was waiting for someone or watching him. He didn't dare walk in through the main entrance, so he resorted to jumping the school's perimeter wall. He didn't even know where Julian's office was. He wandered the campus for what felt like an eternity. Just as he was about to ask someone for directions, he caught sight of Julian in the distance, walking alone, clutching a book. Cole's eyes lit up. He followed him like a thief. As Julian passed a teaching building, someone suddenly clamped a hand over his mouth and dragged him around a corner. His book fell to the ground with a smack. He struggled instinctively until he heard a familiar voice say, "Shoo, it's me." Julian froze. He turned his head and saw Cole grinning at him. "No running," Cole said, removing his hand. "Took me forever to find you." Julian's lips parted. "What are you doing here?" "Don't worry, I snuck in. The car outside didn't see me," Cole said, looking him up and down. "Your dad didn't hit you, did he?" Julian shook his head. "That's good." The other day, his father had been so furious, Cole had worried he'd be dragged home and beaten. He'd spent days searching for him. "You were always avoiding me before, running whenever you saw me," Cole guessed. "Was it because you were afraid your dad would find out?" Julian didn't deny it, just lowered his eyes. "You shouldn't come looking for me anymore." "Why?" Cole's brow furrowed. "You don't want to see me?" Julian didn't speak. Cole turned his face to make him look at him and asked again, "Do you want to see me?" Julian's long lashes trembled. The proximity of Cole's breath seemed to slow his thoughts. After a long moment, he managed to force a single word from between his teeth. "Yes." Cole's face split into a wide grin. and he kissed him hard. Then that's all that matters, he said, holding Julian's face, his eyes blazing. As long as you want to, I don't care about anything else. But Julian still looked burdened. Cole guessed the reason. Your dad doesn't approve, does he? Julian nodded slowly. Is it me he doesn't like? Cole vowed, whatever he's not satisfied with, I can change. Is it because he thinks I won't treat you right? If I ever wronged you, you can bury me alive. Or is it that I don't have enough money? How much do you need? I'll go get it right now. Julian looked at him silently. Because you're a man. A man? I can change that. Cole's voice trailed off. He was stumped. He racked his brain until it felt like it was about to short circuit, but he couldn't figure out how to change that. You could earn more money, but you couldn't just switch outfits and not be a man anymore. He scratched his head, annoyed. What's wrong with being a man? He's a man too. But he's not with a man, Julian said softly. So because he likes women, everyone else has to like women? Cole was getting angrier. Who does your dad think he is, the king? Did he not get the memo about the 21st century? Julian didn't say anything. Cole, not wanting to badmouth his father, changed his tone. I'm not trying to insult him. It's just... Julian picked up his fallen book. He says it's shameful, and that it will affect the company. Cole's face darkened. So for the sake of money, he can just ignore what you want. Julian remained silent for a moment, then said he had to get back. Cole grabbed his shoulders and asked earnestly, if I wasn't a man, would you still like me? Julian was taken aback. I don't know. Cole looked at him, then suddenly pulled him into an embrace. If your dad doesn't approve, we'll just date in secret for now, okay? He promised. Don't worry, I'll find a way to make him agree. Julian leaned against his chest and heard him say, I'm gonna count to 3. If you don't object, that means you agree. Then he heard him shout, 3. You agreed. In the morning, when Liam woke up, Ethan was already gone. He wondered if his cold was better. He rubbed his eyes and went downstairs, where he heard Ethan on the phone, likely discussing business. His voice still had a nasal quality to it, so his cold probably wasn't completely gone. Yet, after breakfast, he left with Liam, saying he had to go into the office. Being the boss wasn't easy, Liam thought, looking at his slightly worn-out face. Ethan had to work even when he was sick. They dropped Liam off at campus first. Before getting out of the car, Liam leaned over and called his name. Ethan, thinking he wanted to say something, leaned down. Liam gave him a quick peck on the forehead. A good morning kiss, he said, then hurried out of the car. As he reached the academic building, he got a text from Ethan. We need to talk. Liam, about what? Ethan. Next time, can you kiss me slower? Liam's face grew hot. He put his phone away and went into the classroom. His roommates, Leo and the others, were already there and had saved him a seat. Liam, my man. Over here. Liam put his books down. After a moment's thought, he told Leo he didn't have to call him dad for a month anymore. Leo was overjoyed and lunged for a hug. Liam, you're the best. Liam held him off, took a deep breath and said, I'm with Ethan. His 3 roommates stared at him in unison. If you guys can't accept it. Liam began. Leo, why am I not surprised at all? Matt, yeah. Chris, yeah. Leo, it's like you guys were already dating. Matt and Chris, yeah. That evening after class, Ethan called to say he was working late at the office and wouldn't be home for a while. Okay, Liam said. Your cold isn't gone yet. Don't overdo it. Ethan agreed. Peterson was waiting in the car at the school gate to take Liam home. On the way, they passed a flower shop. Liam, looking at the vibrant, blooming flowers, remembered that people in relationships were supposed to give flowers. He quickly asked Peterson to stop. The shop owner was a kind-looking middle-aged woman with a warm smile. Seeing Liam browsing, she asked, "Buying flowers for someone special, young man?" Liam nodded. The owner noticed the slight blush on his ears and teased him. "First time in a relationship?" Liam gave an embarrassed The owner picked out a beautiful bouquet of pink roses. "How about these? Pink is for first love. Your girlfriend will love them." "It's not," Liam began. "It's for my boyfriend." "Oh," the owner said, her smile becoming a little strained. "A boyfriend? Then maybe we should choose something else." "Why?" Liam asked, taking the flowers from her. "They're beautiful." He bent to smell their delicate fragrance. He thought to himself that his first love was indeed Ethan. When Liam got back into the car holding a large bouquet of pink roses, Peterson stared for a solid 2 seconds. "Let's go find Ethan," Liam said happily. "Yes, sir," Peterson replied. When they arrived at the company building, Liam's dad had already left for the day, and most of the other employees were gone too. Liam breathed a sigh of relief. He hadn't figured out how to tell his dad yet. What if his dad got angry and went to punch Ethan? What if others misunderstood and thought Ethan was withholding wages from his security guard? It could end up on the news. Local security guard assaults unscrupulous CEO. Chase ensues. When Liam went upstairs, he found Ethan on the office sofa, looking at some documents, a tired expression on his face. Liam walked over holding the flowers. Hearing footsteps, Ethan looked up and was met with a face full of pink roses. "They're for you," Liam said, his eyes shining. "Do you like them?" Ethan was speechless for a long moment. His throat bobbed. Took him a while to finally say, "I love them." Liam's eyes crinkled with a smile. He sat down contentedly beside him. "I'll stay and keep you company." Ethan said he might be very late. "That's fine. I don't have anything else to do." Looking at him, Ethan asked, "Not gonna work tonight?" "Nope," Liam mumbled. "Cole hasn't even paid me for my last shift yet." Ethan chuckled. "I'll yell at him later." He held the flowers and pulled Liam to his feet. "Let's get some dinner first." And so the bouquet of pink roses was carried from upstairs to downstairs and into the car. Ethan took a picture and sent it to Cole. "Liam gave them to me." "Cole, to make you some kind of rose-infused liquor?" "Ethan, they're from my boyfriend." Cole replied with a snort. "I have a boyfriend too." "Ethan, does he give you flowers?" Cole immediately messaged Julian. "I want roses too. Big red ones. Redder than Ethan's." After dinner, Liam went back to the office with Ethan to wait for him to finish work. They sat together on the sofa, and Liam took out his textbooks to study. He would read for a bit, then pick up his phone to type something, then put it down and pick it up again. Ethan thought he was chatting with someone and glanced over casually, only to see he was making a list of book titles in his notes app with the caption "to get from the library tomorrow." Ethan didn't think much of it and was about to look away when he noticed the line above it. He put his documents down and leaned closer. "What are you writing?" "A list of books I need to read tomorrow," Liam said. "The line above that." Liam looked up, realized what he was talking about, and quickly tried to hide his phone. "Nothing, just random stuff." Ethan stared at him. "Let me see." Liam shook his head. "I saw my name," Ethan said. "What is it?" "Can't I write your name?" Liam asked guiltily. Ethan looked at him and said suddenly, "I saw it all." Liam gasped, and Ethan leaned in close, whispering in his ear, reciting, "It seems like I'm just happy whenever I'm with Ethan." Liam's cheeks instantly flamed. "I'll delete it." He opened his notes app and was about to delete it when Ethan grabbed his hand. Ethan's fingertips swiped across the screen, revealing more entries about him. I'm dating Ethan. Is this a dream? Ethan is sick. He's hot like a baked potato. I yelled at Ethan today. He seemed really sad. Ethan lied again. Big liar. What does it mean to like someone? Ethan said he's liked me since middle school. Stop looking. Liam tried to cover the screen, his face burning. It's just nonsense. Since starting college, he had gotten into the habit of using the Notes app for everything. Club interview schedules, student loan applications, homework assignments. It had eventually morphed into a diary for his everyday thoughts. He wrote whatever came to mind. Today's homework is so hard. Let's get hot pot this weekend. Overslept and missed class, the professor took attendance. His to-do lists were intertwined with his private monologues, a thread running through his college life, a record of this brief, fulfilling time. Have you noticed? Ethan's thumb stroked his wrist, his voice low. Since when did everything you write down become about me? Liam was stunned. He scrolled back through his notes. It seemed that since he had reconnected with Ethan 2 years ago, his name had started to dominate the entries. Ethan is so much taller now. He's different from before. Ethan's bed is so nice to sleep in. Why does Ethan wake up so early? Poor guy, so young and already has insomnia. Ethan is like a genie in a lamp. I can wish for any food I want. Some entries didn't even use his name, but it was obvious who they were about. Went on a blind date and didn't pick me up. So fickle. Such a casual mouth. Kisses whenever he feels like it. I'm mad. Not allowed to talk to him for an hour. Okay, maybe half an hour is fine. Liam turned off the screen. After a moment, he said, well, we live together. You're in my face every day. Of course, it's all about you. What about your roommates, your classmates? Don't you see them every day? Why don't you write about them? There's nothing to write about them. And me? Ethan looked down at him. You're easy to write about, Liam said, a little confused. Me? Ethan leaned in closer. Have you ever thought about when you started to like me? Was it really just a little? Liam stared at him, his mouth slightly agape. Ethan, you get your ass out here. A loud shout suddenly interrupted them. Derek Holt burst through the office door, only to be met with Ethan's thunderous expression, one that looked ready to commit murder. I was just a little loud. What's with the death stare? Derek's voice immediately softened, but he still tried to sound brave. Are you messing with me? How am I supposed to sign that contract? I couldn't even get into the Evans Corp building. They practically have a sign on the door that says, no Holts or dogs allowed. Good, then, Ethan said coldly. So you were messing with me. Derek fumed. I don't care. I want to be a manager. Liam was speechless. What do you even know how to do to be a manager? You look like you're not all there. Derek paused, as if just noticing someone else was in the room. Why is it you again? He vaguely remembered Liam being mentioned in the context of a security guard. Are you still working security here? That's right, Liam said, annoyed. I'm Ethan's personal security guard. Personal bodyguard? Derek looked him up and down, skeptical. With those skinny arms and legs, you can fight? Ethan stepped in front of Liam, blocking Derek's view. He's more than enough to handle you, he said coldly. Derek shrank back. Finally, he had to resort to playing his last card. Mark said I could stay here. Then you can be a security guard, Ethan said flatly. I don't want to. An electrician. No. If you don't shut up, you can go sweep floors. Finally, Derek threw out one last threat. I'm gonna tell Mark you made me sweep floors. Before storming out. The interruption left Ethan even more exhausted. Seeing his state, Liam wouldn't let him work any longer. He dragged him downstairs and into the car to go home. On the way back, perhaps due to the cold medicine, Ethan became drowsy. Before long, he couldn't hold on any longer and fell asleep on Liam's shoulder. Liam touched his forehead. At least the fever hadn't returned. He looked at Ethan's sleeping face, his fingertips tracing a path from his brow down the bridge of his nose to the corner of his warm lips. Then down further, over the prominent Adam's apple to his open collar. Liam suddenly snapped back to reality, mentally scolding himself. What was he doing? He couldn't just touch people like that. He wasn't some kind of pervert. But then again, he thought Ethan was his boyfriend now. Boyfriends could be touched, right? He cautiously raised his hand again, inching it toward Ethan's collar. Suddenly, he remembered they weren't alone in the car. He instinctively glanced at the driver, Peterson. Peterson's eyes met his in the rearview mirror. With zero emotion, Peterson said, "I'm sorry, sir. I can't close my eyes. We'll crash." The car fell silent. Liam quickly retracted his hand. I wasn't going to touch Ethan," he stammered. "Of course, sir," Peterson replied, his tone utterly unconvincing. When the car arrived home, Liam gently shook Ethan's shoulder. "Ethan, we're home." Ethan didn't open his eyes, just nuzzled into the crook of Liam's neck and wrapped his arms around him. Seeing this, Peterson seemed to have a flashback to their first meeting. He recited robotically, Mr. Holt hasn't slept this soundly in a long time. You don't have to act anymore," Liam said. "My apologies, sir. I forgot." Liam looked at his expressionless face and asked curiously, "Don't you feel a little awkward when you act?" "A great deal, sir." "Then why do you still do it?" "To keep my job." "Right," Liam said. "And it's not just one job, it's dozens." He suddenly felt a pang of sympathy for Peterson. It must be tough working for Ethan. "Not at all, sir. Mr. Holt pays very well." Liam was instantly reminded of Peterson's supposed $30,000 a month salary, an amount that would take him 2 years to earn. He was the cheapest one here. By the time Ethan finally woke up, Liam was giving him a sidelong, unhappy glance and a little harumph. "What's wrong?" Ethan asked. As they entered the house, Liam looked at a potted plant in the foyer and announced, "For $100. A little more expensive than a college student." He then walked in and stared at the robot vacuum in the corner. $2,000. Much more expensive than a college student. He proceeded to price every item in the house, discovering that even Maria's stand mixer was more expensive than a college student. "Is it college student clearance day?" Ethan asked as he sat on the sofa, pulling Liam down onto his lap. "Why is everything more expensive than a college student?" "You said it," Liam said resentfully. "A college student is worth $3,500 a month." "A college student is $3,500, Ethan said, "but my boyfriend isn't." The tips of Liam's ears grew hot. "Then how much is a boyfriend worth?" he mumbled. Ethan looked at him. "A boyfriend is worth Ethan Holt. And whatever Ethan Holt earns is yours." Liam rubbed his ear, murmuring that he could earn his own money too. He couldn't help but ask, "Why did you come up with such a lame excuse back then? Sounded so fake." Ethan smiled. "Then why did you believe it?" "I believed you," Liam mumbled. "How was I supposed to know you were a big liar?" Ethan reached up and stroked his warm face. It was a moment of desperation. He explained that after he found out Liam was at A&M University, he had done everything he could to take over the company's branch in the city. At the time, the company was riddled with internal problems, and Ethan had inherited a mess. He had driven to Liam's school many times, parking just off campus, watching the students come and go for hours at a time. If he was lucky, he would catch a glimpse of the person he longed to see, walking out of the school with a backpack or returning from somewhere. His eyes would follow him until his silhouette disappeared from view. Sometimes, when Liam left campus, he would have the car follow him secretly, as if one more glance could quench the thirst of a long day. He had wanted to sort out all the company's problems before reappearing in front of Liam. But that day, he had followed Liam to the hospital and watched him sigh softly in the sunlight. In that moment, he felt like a tree in a desert dying of thirst. If he didn't reach out, he would wither away completely. The absurd lie he had concocted on the spot. He had expected Liam to call him crazy. He never imagined that Liam would be so trusting of an old classmate he hadn't seen in years. He hadn't changed at all. He was still so naive and earnest. The next afternoon, when Peterson picked Liam up from class, he took him to the company building. As soon as Liam walked through the main doors, his father pulled him aside, his face alight with gossip. Is young Ethan dating someone? Liam's heart skipped a beat. How did you know? Mr. Miller said that someone in the company had seen him yesterday carrying a bouquet of pink roses downstairs, presumably to give to his girlfriend. It wasn't. It was his girlfriend who gave them to him, Liam corrected. His girlfriend gave him pink roses? Mr. Miller was surprised. Is that not allowed? Liam said defensively. No, it's not that, it's just… Mr. Miller searched for the right word. Unconventional. He chuckled. That Ethan is a good kid. Quietly got himself a girlfriend. I'm happy for him. I was worried you hanging around him all the time would get in the way of his dating life. He asked Liam, have you met his girlfriend? Liam mumbled an incoherent mumhum. Is she pretty? Liam nodded. As pretty as me. Mr. Miller, thinking he was joking, laughed and scolded him for being so vain. Afraid of revealing more, Liam quickly changed the subject, saying he had something to discuss with Ethan upstairs. Mr. Miller didn't think much of it, just reminded him to head home early after they were done. Ethan probably had to spend time with his girlfriend after all. Liam agreed with a series of non-committal noises. He went upstairs to find Ethan on the phone with Peterson, asking about what good movies were out. Peterson immediately sent him a list. Ethan showed the list to Liam, asking what he wanted to see. They could go to the movies after dinner. Ethan explained that he heard this was what people did on dates. Liam's eyes curved into crescents as he smiled. He carefully went through the list and picked one. As they rode the elevator down, Liam, bubbling with excitement, reached out and squeezed Ethan's hand. Ethan grasped it firmly, leaned down and said suddenly, I think my cold is gone. Liam didn't understand for a moment. I can kiss you. Before the words had even faded, he leaned in and kissed him. Liam's back pressed against the cool, smooth wall of the elevator, his other hand instinctively wrapping around Ethan's neck. Mr. Miller was downstairs, wandering around with his thermos of goji berry tea. He heard the elevator ding. It was Ethan's private elevator, but Liam often used it when he came by. Thinking it was probably Liam coming down, he walked over. The elevator doors slid open to reveal Liam and Ethan locked in a passionate embrace. Mr. Miller let out a strangled gasp. The two in the elevator jumped apart. Mr. Miller's mouth hung open. Is that a European greeting? He stammered, kissing on the cheek, on the lips. I've seen it on TV. It's nothing. You kids are so open-minded. In the office, Mr. Miller sat sternly in Ethan's chair, staring at the two of them standing before him like a bankrupt boss interrogating his errant employees. He looked from Ethan to Liam and back again, then slammed his hand on the desk. Say that again. Liam shuffled closer to Ethan. I said, "The person I'm dating is Ethan," he repeated in a small voice. Mr. Miller let out another strangled cry. "Shut up." "But you told me to say it again," Liam muttered, feeling wronged. Ethan took Liam's hand and was about to speak. "Sir, you don't say a word either," Mr. Miller said, heartbroken. "I should have known. What kind of old classmates live together, sleep together? You two heartless kids have been deceiving me for so long." "No, we haven't," Liam defended. "Ethan and I only got together a few days ago." "A few days ago?" Mr. Miller's eyes widened. He didn't believe it for a second. "Then what was all that before?" "We were best friends." "Best friends my ass," Mr. Miller fumed. "You were all over each other before you were even together." "I've liked him for a very long time," Ethan confessed. Mr. Miller slapped his thigh in a moment of revelation. "So you were planning this all along, you little schemer." "No wonder. What kind of old classmate would just lend someone $1 million without a second thought, not worried we'd run off with it?" He looked at Liam, his voice filled with disappointment. "And you Zaga, telling me you met some kind of saintly good person." "More like a saintly big bad wolf." "Ethan is a good person," Liam mumbled. "Don't talk about him like that." Mr. Miller was even more heartbroken. "How am I going to explain this to your mother? In heaven?" "My mom never said she disapproved," Liam said. "She liked Ethan a lot too. Whenever he came over, she'd make him all his favorite foods. I helped make them too. Does that mean I like him?" "Thank you," Ethan said. Mr. Miller nearly took off his shoe to hit them. Finally, having exhausted his anger, he asked wearily, "Where were you two going just now?" Liam had a bad feeling. He hesitated. "Dinner. And a movie." "I'm coming too." Liam's heart sank. "But you haven't finished your shift yet. So what if I skip out? You gonna fire me?" Mr. Miller turned to look at Ethan. "I wouldn't dare," Ethan said. And so, the tender romantic movie they had chosen was replaced by a gruesome slasher film. Mr. Miller sat like a mountain between them, holding a bucket of popcorn, looking as grim and merciless as the killer on screen. The movie made Liam jump at every sound. He wanted to reach for the person next to him for comfort, then remembered it was his dad and quickly drew his hand back. He texted Ethan under the popcorn bucket. "This is so scary." Ethan replied. "Scared?" Liam sent him an emoji of two cats hugging. "I'll give you a hug in spirit." Ethan, "Can't feel it." Liam glanced at his dad and secretly typed back, "I'll hug you when we get home." His dad stared intently at the screen, seemingly engrossed. But the hand holding the popcorn bucket was trembling. "If you're scared, just admit it," Liam thought. Liam had assumed that after the movie, his dad would go back to his own place. He never imagined his dad would hop right into the car with them, announcing he was coming home with them. Liam's eyes widened as he looked at Ethan. No hugs at home either. Ethan was powerless. For the next few days, Mr. Miller stayed at Ethan's. He went to work with them in the morning and came back with them in the evening. He even pulled Liam aside late at night for a heart-to-heart. "Do you remember your Uncle Jean? A few years ago, his son also dated a man. But then that man decided he wanted children, dumped his son, and went off to marry a woman." "I won't dump Ethan," Liam said. Mr. Miller was exasperated. "What if he dumps you?" Liam retorted immediately, "He can't have kids either. What right does he have to dump me?" Mr. Miller was speechless. He beat his chest as if he were about to faint. Liam quickly patted his back, trying to comfort him. "It's okay. Neither of us can have kids, so it's fair. His dad beat his chest even harder. Finally, he tired himself out and fell asleep. Liam slipped out of the guest room to find Ethan, only to see someone on the balcony. He walked over and saw it was Ethan. "Ethan." Liam placed his cold hands on his stomach. "Why are you still up?" Ethan let him tuck his hands inside his shirt. "I can't sleep when you're not there." "Liar," Liam it. "I'm not lying," Ethan said, looking at him, his voice low and almost to himself. "Feels like a dream." Liam didn't quite understand. Ethan leaned in, his lips capturing Liam's, his tongue insistently teasing, exploring every inch, consuming his breath. He kissed him fiercely, his tongue tangling with Liam's until it was numb and sore. Liam pushed against him weakly, his protest muffled. "Ethan, you're hurting me." Ethan pulled back slightly, his forehead resting against Liam's, his breathing ragged. It took him a moment to pull himself together enough to lift Liam into his arms and carry him upstairs. "It's late. Time for bed." Liam, draped over him, his head spinning, thought that this really did feel like a dream. The next morning, Liam was awoken by his friend Leo cursing loudly. "Who posted this crap?" "What's wrong?" Liam asked, confused. Leo shoved his phone in his face. Someone had posted a photo of him and Ethan on the school's online forum. Matt and Chris crowded around to look. The photo was blurry, likely taken from outside the car looking in. It was from the day after their confession, when Liam had given Ethan his good morning kiss before getting out of the car. Ethan's head was bowed, so his face wasn't clear, but Liam was recognizable. The comments section was a cesspool. "Disgusting. Can't you gays be a little more subtle? Ruining my morning. So handsome, and of course he's gay. Gross. Can you just go away?" Before Liam could say anything, Leo couldn't take it anymore. He snatched the phone and typed back furiously. "They're kissing, you're just jealous. Who's the one with the foul mouth first thing in the morning? We all know you're ugly, you don't have to announce it. Disgusting? If you're pregnant, just say so." Liam was stunned. He had never thought to hide his relationship with Ethan. To him, they were just another couple in a city of millions, ordinary and unremarkable. He didn't think they were any different from anyone else. But now, exposed to the public eye, so many people were judging them, just because they both happened to be men. What did their private lives have to do with anyone else? Liam couldn't help but reply to the thread as well. "What's wrong with liking men? Did we eat your food?" But it seemed no one cared about right or wrong anymore. It was just an excuse to vent their hatred. Matt and Chris, equally incensed, joined Leo in the online battle. There were a few dissenting voices. "Is this real? Kind of cute. They look good together. Can I ship this?" But they were quickly drowned out by the flood of vitriol. Looking at the vile words, Liam felt a growing unease. What if people found out the other person in the photo was Ethan? Would they start harassing him too? Would it affect his company? No, he couldn't let them find out it was Ethan. "Don't tell Ethan about this yet," Liam told his friends. Leo was worried. "Then what are you going to do?" "They're probably just trying to stir up drama," Liam said, looking at the post. "I'll find the person who posted it and get it taken down. In a few days, everyone will forget." He forced a smile. "It's fine. The internet is like this. Things blow up fast and die down just as quickly." Chris was still fuming. "So you're just going to let them say this about you?" "I'm going to find the dean. See if you can get it suppressed first," Matt suggested. Liam nodded and thanked them. He checked the time. Ethan would be here soon to pick him up. Panicked at the thought of Ethan being seen, he quickly sent him a message. saying he would be staying in the dorm for the next few days and that Ethan didn't need to pick him up. Ethan replied quickly, "Why are you staying in the dorm?" Liam looked at the colorful banners and balloons being put up around campus for the upcoming Founders Day Gala and had a flash of inspiration. "Founders Day is in a few days. I'm helping my classmates with the preparations. We'll be working late." "That busy? It's a big deal." Liam typed, "I'll come back as soon as it's over, okay?" He added, "I'll miss you." In his office, Ethan looked at the formal invitation to the gala on his desk. A small smile played on his lips. He replied, "Okay." When Mr. Miller heard Liam wasn't coming back to Ethan's, he was overjoyed. He thought Liam had finally seen the light and was distancing himself from Ethan. He packed his things and cheerfully went back to his own place. On the day of the gala, as Liam was rushing to the auditorium, someone gently tugged on his backpack from behind. He turned and saw Ethan. "What are you doing here?" Ethan looked down at him. "Am I not welcome?" "No, it's not that." Liam, afraid he would be recognized, tried to push him away. "You should go." Students walking by glanced over. Liam quickly let go of Ethan and said loudly, "Mr. Holt, you're looking for President Wallace, right? His office is this way." Then, like a tour guide, he began to lead Ethan away. Ethan's brow furrowed, but he didn't say anything, just followed him. When they reached a secluded area, he pulled Liam to a stop. "Why are you pretending you don't know me?" No, I'm not," Liam said guiltily. "I was just joking with you. You should go, we're really busy with the gala today. I'll see you when I get home." Ethan stood his ground, his expression unreadable as he stared at him. Liam's guilt intensified. What is it?" Ethan looked away and continued walking. "Weren't you taking me to see President Wallace?" "I was just making that up," Liam pleaded. "President Wallace probably isn't even in his office." Ethan pulled an invitation from his pocket. "But it was your President Wallace who invited me." Liam was stunned. "Huh? He wanted to thank me for donating money for the new science building." Liam only then remembered Ethan mentioning he was going to make a donation. "How much did you end up donating?" Liam asked, amazed that the university president would personally invite him to the gala. "Not much." Liam didn't believe him. "Then he wouldn't have invited you. He's a nice person." They went to the president's office, but he wasn't there. They were told he was at the auditorium. So Liam took Ethan directly to the auditorium. President Wallace was looking over the program. He was delighted to see Ethan and arranged a seat for him in the front VIP section. The gala was about to start. Liam hurried to the back to find his friends. Ethan watched him from afar, then took out his phone and sent a message to Peterson. The hosts gave a warm opening, and the performances began one after another. After a while, Ethan's phone buzzed. He opened it. It was from Peterson, a link to the forum post with the photo of him and Liam. He scrolled down slowly, the stage lights illuminating his face but revealing no emotion. After a few performances, during an intermission, President Wallace came on stage. After recounting the university's history, he gave a grand introduction to Ethan, praising him and his company effusively, once again expressing his gratitude for his generous donation. He then invited Ethan on stage to say a few words. Ethan paused for a moment, then stood and walked to the stage. He took the microphone from the host and looked out at Liam in the audience. But the auditorium was packed with people. No one knew who he was looking at. Liam, seeing his somber expression, was confused. Ethan began to speak slowly. "First, an apology. I don't want to lie." His voice was calm. "I'm not some philanthropist. I originally donated because I had a fight with my boyfriend. He wouldn't see me, so I had to find an excuse to see him. A wave of murmurs swept through the audience. Someone let out an excited gasp and quickly covered their mouth. People whispered among themselves, asking who his boyfriend was. Leo stared at Ethan in shock, then nudged Liam. Ethan is a legend. Liam was just as stunned. What was Ethan doing? President Wallace looked a little awkward. Mr. Holt, you are truly a romantic. Ethan didn't react, just continued. I have something I want to say to everyone here today. His steady gaze swept across the entire auditorium. What happens between him and me is none of anyone else's business. After he finished, he handed the microphone back to the host, told the president, my apologies, I have to go, and walked off the stage. He walked straight in one direction. The audience watched as he stopped in front of Liam and held out his hand. Liam, let's go home. The entire auditorium fell silent. Everyone followed Ethan's gaze to Liam. Liam stared at the hand offered to him, too stunned to react. He just numbly reached out his own. Ethan grabbed it and pulled him out of the auditorium. Behind them, the crowd erupted. They had just realized that the boyfriend Ethan was talking about was the subject of the heated discussion on the school forum. The other man in the photo was Ethan Holt. The person they had been calling disgusting and shameless was the guest of honor invited by their own university president. One of the city's most prominent young entrepreneurs, the CEO of a company where many of them hoped to work one day. Amid the clamor, there were also different kinds of excited whispers. It's real. I shipped it, and it's real. He's so handsome. So Mr. Holt was the man in the car. This is the ship I should be on. Liam followed Ethan out of the auditorium. Seeing his silent, grim expression, he felt a little worried and tugged on his sleeve. What's wrong? Ethan didn't answer, just pulled him along silently. Liam, thinking about what he had said on stage, started to worry. Why did you suddenly say all that? Now everyone knows. Ethan stopped and turned to him. Knows what? That I can't be seen in public? No, that's not it. Liam shook his head quickly. The photo. Why didn't you tell me? Liam froze. You knew? He said in a small voice, I was afraid you'd be upset if you saw it. They were saying horrible things. Ethan looked at him. And you weren't upset being insulted all by yourself? It doesn't matter for me, Liam said. But you have a company. What if it affects the company? Ethan didn't speak, just stared at him intently for a moment before continuing to walk. They left the campus and got in the car. The entire ride home, Ethan didn't say another word. Liam was completely baffled as to why Ethan was so angry, sitting beside him like a statue of ice. When they got home, Ethan loosened his tie and went upstairs. Liam followed, trying to placate him. Ethan, don't be angry. Why am I angry? Ethan asked. Liam didn't really understand, but he had heard that when your boyfriend is angry, it's best to just apologize. So he said obediently, I was wrong. Ethan threw his tie on the bed and turned to face him. Wrong about what? Liam thought about it. The only thing that happened today was the photo. He must be angry about that. He said with great sincerity, the photo. I should have told you about it sooner. But Ethan wasn't satisfied. What else? What else? Liam couldn't think of anything. What else is there? He asked uncertainly. Ethan grabbed him and pushed him onto the bed. His warm breath descended, conquering Liam's lips, invading his mouth with a savage force. He kissed him fiercely, his tongue tangling with Liam's, grinding against it again and again, deeper and deeper. Liam couldn't even close his mouth, his lips already starting to ache. He let out a muffled protest, and Ethan finally released his lips, kissing his chin, then his neck, his teeth grazing his collarbone. Liam flinched. "Ethan, that hurts." Ethan lifted his head, his voice raspy as he asked again, "What else were you wrong about?" Tears welled in Liam's eyes. Where else?" he asked, his voice weak. Ethan's gaze darkened, his eyes reflecting the image of the person beneath him, as if suppressing something powerful. He pulled the covers over both of them. In the ensuing chaos, Liam felt a coolness on his lower body. He mumbled dazedly, "Ethan, my pants." Ethan grabbed his leg, his breath as hot as his palm, his voice hoarse and deep. Liam was in a daze, his leg burning where Ethan held it. The blanket convulsed in a mound, punctuated by suppressed gasps and soft, broken sounds. The next morning, Liam, curled up in the blankets, watched Ethan get dressed by the closet. He grumbled, "I think my thigh is scraped. It hurts a little." Ethan walked over and was about to lift the blanket. Liam quickly clutched it. "What are you doing?" "Looking." "I'll put some ointment on it," Ethan said, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Liam held on tight. "I'll do it myself. Just give me the ointment." Ethan didn't move. Liam pulled the blanket up to cover half his face, leaving only his wide, round eyes visible. "Are you not angry anymore?" he asked. "I wasn't angry at you," Ethan said. "Then who were you angry at?" "Myself." "Why were you angry at yourself?" Liam asked, bewildered. Ethan leaned down and hugged him, his voice muffled. "Can't you just rely on me a little more?" Liam was confused. "What?" Ethan buried his face in his neck. "No matter what happens, tell me first. Don't think about whether it will cause me trouble or affect the company. Here, with me, you are the most important thing." Liam's heart pounded in his chest, a warmth spreading through him like hot soup. He nodded slightly. "I know. Can you do that?" Ethan asked. I think so." "Good." Ethan released him. "Now let me see so I can put ointment on it." Wasn't that a bit of a sudden change in topic? When Liam got to school, Leo told him that the forum post about him and Ethan had been deleted. Apparently, President Wallace had someone take it down overnight and had called in several school administrators for a lecture. Liam checked the forum. The post was indeed gone. In its place were new threads. "Ethium is real. The Ethium ship is sailing. I'm dying." He hadn't even clicked on one when he got a message from an unknown number. He opened it. It was from Helen, asking to meet him at a coffee shop off campus after his classes. Liam looked at the message. He had suspected something. The angle of the photo had put him clearly in view while conveniently hiding Ethan's face. The intent was obvious. Sure enough, when Liam met Helen, she admitted it right away. "I was the one who had someone post that photo." She said, "I don't want to do anything drastic. I just hope you'll leave Ethan." The sunlight outside was bright, illuminating the coffee shop. Liam sat by the window, looking at the two photos Helen had placed on the table. They were also of him and Ethan holding hands, hugging. He looked up and said slowly, "I'm not going to leave him." Helen's brow furrowed. "I can have someone post it once, I can do it twice, 3 times. Then post it," Liam muttered. "Everyone already knows anyway." Helen, suppressing her anger, tried another tactic. "He's just curious about you. How long can it last? A man like him needs to start a family. He'll still have to marry Chloe Zhao." "He won't," Liam said. Helen snorted. "You think he's completely devoted to you?" She took another stack of photos from her bag and spread them on the table. They showed Ethan and Chloe, looking intimate, even kissing. "He's stringing you along while he's still seeing Chloe," Helen said coolly. "You've been played and you don't even know it, still acting out some drama about undying love." Liam stared at the photos without a word. "You don't have to be too heartbroken," Helen said, now trying to comfort him. "I'm doing this for your own good. It's better to find out sooner and leave, rather than waste years of your life." "Even though he's my son," she said, as if making a great sacrifice, "I can't bear to see you get hurt." "Helen," Liam said suddenly, "these photos are photoshopped, aren't they?" Helen's face froze. What Photoshop? What are you talking about?" Liam pointed to the photo of them kissing, his face blushing. "Ethan doesn't kiss like that." When Helen had received the photos, she had confirmed with the person she hired multiple times whether the Photoshop would be detectable. The person had sworn up and down that even a forensics expert couldn't tell, that the quality was guaranteed. And now this kid had seen through it? Helen wanted to demand a refund, but she couldn't admit it. She maintained a stiff expression. "Kiss is a kiss. What's the difference? He doesn't kiss me like that," Liam mumbled in rebuttal. "Well, he kisses other people like that. He said he's never kissed anyone else." "He's lying to you." Liam was silent for a moment. "Then I'll go home and ask him." "If you ask him, of course he's not going to admit it," Helen said, exasperated. "What man would admit to cheating? But if I don't ask him, how will I know if it's true? So if he says it's not, you'll just believe him?" Liam's eyes were clear. "Well, I know him better. Of course I'd believe him. Isn't that right?" Helen looked like she was about to have a stroke. She took a deep breath, then took a CR card from her bag and slammed it on the table. Liam's heart jumped. Here it was, the classic soap opera scene. "Here's $20 million. Leave my son." Before he could decide whether to take the money or the man, he heard Helen say, "Get Ethan to transfer $20 million to me, and I'll leave you two alone." When his classes ended that evening, Liam saw Ethan waiting for him just outside the teaching building. Students walking by would turn to look at them, whispering, likely still discussing the events of the gala. Liam, carrying his backpack, ran over and threw himself into Ethan's arms. Ethan hugged him back, murmuring in his ear, "A lot of people are watching." Liam's face grew hot, but he didn't let go. "Let them watch," he grumbled. "They've all seen the secret photo anyway. This is nothing." Ethan chuckled and took his hand, and they walked toward the school gate. A group of girls came up to them, shy but excited, and said, "We wish you both happiness." "Thank you," Ethan and Liam said. All the way to the gate, they were met with a chorus of "Be happy. Stay together forever. Grow old together." Liam was so embarrassed his face was beet red. He quickly pulled Ethan down a less crowded side street. Ethan, holding back a laugh, teased him. "Didn't you say, let them watch?" "I didn't say everyone had to watch," Liam muttered. "It's like we're monkeys in a zoo. Next time we should charge them admission." "So you really think of yourself as a monkey?" Liam started to seriously consider how much it would cost to see a monkey like Ethan. Ethan, seeing him sizing him up, asked, "What is it? How much would it cost to see you once? With or without clothes?" Liam was shocked. "You want to be seen by others without clothes? For you to see?" The tips of Liam's ears turned red. He walked ahead awkwardly. "I get to see for free." Ethan laughed and nodded. "Yes." Liam rubbed his ears, remembering what Ethan had said about telling him everything. "Your mom came to see me today." Ethan didn't seem surprised. "What did she say?" "She said you were cheating on me, seeing Chloe on the side." Liam, seeing he wasn't saying anything, asked, "What's wrong?" "I regret it." "Regret what?" "Not dragging her away the second I found out she was going to see you." Liam swung their joined hands, then said with a hint of uncertainty, "It's okay. I know you only like me. Ethan stopped, his gaze falling on Liam's lips. I didn't hear you clearly. I'm not saying it again, Liam said, quickly changing the subject. She also gave me a card and said if you transfer 20 million to her, she'll leave us alone. I'll have Peterson transfer her 2,000. Isn't that a little stingy? Halfway down the street, they ran into a hurried Julian Evans, who seemed to be rushing somewhere. Liam greeted him. Mr. Evans. Julian nodded at them, his eyes lingering for a moment on their tightly clasped hands, a flicker of something in his expression. He had been at the gala last night too. When he saw Ethan walk toward Liam, he had suddenly thought of Cole. He wondered if they would ever have a day where they could stand together so openly. Cole was waiting alone by the perimeter wall. So bored he was squatting on the ground, counting fallen leaves. One leaf, one Julian. When he reached 250, he finally saw Julian walking over. Cole's face split into a grin. He had said he and Julian would date in secret, but he hadn't even gotten a clear answer and had been coming here every day to wait for him. And he didn't always succeed. Sometimes, Julian would be picked up directly by his family's car, and there was nothing Cole could do. Before getting his father's approval, just being able to see him occasionally to sneak a kiss was enough for him. But today, Julian actually reached out and touched his hand. Cole's heart pounded in his chest. He grabbed his cool fingers, wanting to shout and spin him around. Every time before, he had been the one to initiate, to hold him, to kiss him. Julian had never resisted, but he had never taken the first step. Then he heard Julian say, I don't want to go home today. Cole was ecstatic. Then I'll take you out, he said immediately. And so, to avoid being seen, they went out the back gate and walked along the perimeter wall. Ethan and Liam saw Cole, with his arms outstretched, telling Julian, who was sitting on top of the wall, jump, I'll catch you. Julian hesitated for a moment, then jumped, landing in Cole's arms. Cole, holding him, turned his head and jumped in surprise. You too. You scared me to death. Julian quickly pushed away from Cole. Liam was also surprised. Cole? Mr. Evans? Ethan looked from the wall to Cole. What are you looking at? Cole said defensively. Never seen a secret rendezvous before? Liam was stunned by the words secret rendezvous. His eyes wide as he looked at the normally cool and collected Julian Evans. Julian, not expecting Cole to say something so outrageous, was momentarily speechless. What nonsense are you talking? I mean, a date. It's a date, Cole quickly corrected. He turned to Ethan. What are you two doing here, not using the main gate? We're on a date too, Ethan said. Cole, holding Julian's hand, started to walk away. Then you two take your time. We're leaving. Liam watched Cole, who was looking around furtively like a thief. It looked like he was about to sell Mr. Evans. We could call the police, Ethan nodded. Let's not, Liam said. If he gets arrested, I won't have a place to work. Ethan squeezed his hand. Cole should give you a Model Employee Award. Liam's eyes lit up. Is there a cash prize? No. Then we should call the police and report him. Ethan took him to dinner. Afterwards, Liam, ever the diligent worker, still wanted to go to his part-time job. Ethan had no choice but to drop him off at the twilight. When they arrived, they found Julian passed out drunk in Cole's arms. They both looked at Cole with reproach. Cole, too lazy to explain, waved his hand to shoo Liam off to work. Ethan said coolly from the side, Aren't you afraid, Mr. Evans Sr.? We'll have you buried alive? Cole brushed his hand over Julian's warm face. He said he didn't want to go home. So you got him drunk? What do you mean, got him drunk? Cole said, wronged. Couldn't stop him. Julian is a one-drink wonder. He looked at Julian's sleeping face, worried. How do I get his dad to agree to let him be with me? I've been thinking about it lately, and I've got nothing. I'm losing my hair over it. Then buy a wig, Ethan said. Cole nearly jumped up to hit him. You could try giving him houses, cars, Ethan continued. But his dad has more money than me, he wouldn't be interested. Cole didn't think that was a reliable plan at all. He asked Ethan, did Liam's dad agree to you two being together? No. Cole's eyes lit up as if he had found a kindred spirit. Then what are you going to do? I haven't thought of anything yet. Cole, getting no useful advice, was annoyed. You're useless. Ethan snorted. If you were so useful, you wouldn't have to have a secret rendezvous. I told you it's a date, Cole corrected. He sighed. You two are together every day, of course you're not in a hurry. It's a miracle if I get to see him once a week. Forget it, I'm not talking to you. He carried Julian upstairs to his private room and laid him on the bed. Can't even hold his liquor, he murmured, brushing the hair from Julian's forehead. One drink and he's out. Julian's eyes fluttered open, and he mumbled his name, Cole. Cole's heart softened, and he couldn't help but kiss him. Julian raised a hand and lightly touched his face. Cole caught his fingers. I've always wondered, why did you start working here as a server? Did you need the money? Julian shook his head. After a moment, he said softly, almost angrily, you don't remember me. Cole didn't understand. Don't remember you? Julian lowered his eyes, his voice barely audible. We've met before. The first time he had come here, he wasn't a server. He just happened to be wearing a white shirt and was mistaken for one by a drunk customer who wouldn't leave him alone. It was Cole who had rushed over, pulled the man off him, and punched him. It was after that incident that the Twilight had instituted a rule that servers could wear masks. But Cole didn't remember him. He probably only remembered that someone had almost been harassed, but had forgotten what he looked like. He doesn't remember me, Julian murmured, before falling into a deep sleep. The next day, Ethan left work early to pick up Liam. On the way, Liam said he was craving cake, so they detoured to a bakery. When they arrived, they saw Chloe Zhao sitting inside, eating a cake. Chloe. What a coincidence, Chloe smiled. She waved Liam over. Liam, come have a slice of cake with me. Liam, smelling the sweet aroma of cake, immediately agreed. Ethan looked around. Is Mark here too? What does it have to do with him? Chloe said coolly. I'm here alone. You had a fight, Ethan deduced. There's nothing to fight about, Chloe said. He's a heartless jerk. She rested her chin on her hand and looked at Liam, who was happily eating his cake. She teased him. Liam is so different. So cute. I like him a lot. Before Liam could say anything, Ethan took out his phone and said coldly, I'm recording this. I'll send it to Mark. I don't care, Chloe said. Send him more. She leaned closer to the phone. Mark Holt is a giant jerk. Just then, her phone rang. The caller ID was Mark Holt. Liam thought to himself that you really shouldn't badmouth people. Ethan glanced at Chloe. Aren't you going to answer? Chloe simply hung up. Ethan, not surprised, sent Mark a text. Your wife hung up. His phone immediately rang again. Ethan walked away to answer it. Take your wife away. Mark laughed on the other end. She went to find you? She's bothering my boyfriend. Boyfriend? Mark said. I thought you two were just going to be friends for life. Stop pretending. The gala at A&M, Ethan said flatly. You couldn't possibly not know about it. We know, Mark said. You were so secretive before, but now you're being so open about it. Grandpa knows too. And he wants you to come home for dinner this weekend. Ethan didn't react. just said he knew. He hung up and came back to find Liam choosing a cake to take home. He watched him at the display case, a few strands of hair sticking up, asking the staff questions, his eyes crinkling when he smiled. Chloe was silent for a moment. I've heard some things about what's been going on. It's probably not going to be easy for you when you go back this time. She warned him, you know how they are. They only care about profit, about equal social standing. They'll never approve of you and Liam. Then I'll just say I'm in love with Mark, Ethan said drily. When Liam came back with his chosen cake, he saw Chloe's strange, indescribable expression. He looked from Ethan to Chloe, confused. What's wrong? Nothing, Chloe said, forcing a smile. Just heard something. Disturbing. Liam didn't understand. What's disturbing? It's better you don't hear it. You'll have nightmares, Chloe said, grabbing her bag. She stood up and smiled at Liam. I'm staying at the hotel down the street for a few days. You can come visit me if you have time. Before Liam could answer, Ethan said, go play with Mark. Chloe shot him a glare and left. Ethan and Liam took their cake and got in the car. On the way home, Ethan told Liam he had to go back to the Holt family home for the weekend. Liam's brow furrowed. He knew Ethan disliked going back there. Every time he went, he came back unhappy. It was probably never a pleasant experience. Is it because of what happened at the gala? Liam felt a pang of regret. If he had dealt with the forum post sooner, Ethan wouldn't have. Ethan reached up and smoothed his worried brow. Even if it wasn't this, they would have found out sooner or later. Liam nodded glumly. Then, do I need to go meet your dad and the others? No, Ethan said, his eyes holding an expression Liam couldn't read. You don't need to meet any of them. Liam was still worried. So you're going back by yourself? Ethan gently stroked his cheek. Will you wait for me at home? Liam thought for a moment. Will they yell at you? Then I'll keep a tally, and you can yell back at them for me. But even if he yelled back, the words would still be hurtful. You couldn't just pretend you hadn't heard them. Liam couldn't think of anything comforting to say. So he just told Ethan, if you're upset, just think of something happy. He decided to help Ethan prepare. When are you happiest? When you kiss me. Liam's face flushed. You. Ethan had found his solution. He leaned closer to Liam. So for every time they yell at me, you kiss me once. I'll just focus on counting how many times they yell, and I won't be upset. On Saturday, Ethan went back to the Holt family home alone. When he arrived, Mark wasn't there yet, but Derek was. Seeing Ethan walk in, he gloated, look who's back. Ethan ignored him. Derek, incensed at being ignored, fumed. Just you wait. You're gonna get yelled at, maybe even hit. Dad is in a terrible mood. Helen also came over and pulled Ethan aside, reminding him not to say anything reckless when he saw his father. Ethan was non-committal. He went to the study to see Mr. Holt. In recent years, Mr. Holt's health had declined, and he used a wheelchair to get around. When Ethan entered the study, he saw him sitting sideways in the wheelchair, smoking a cigar. The bitter smell of smoke filled the air. The curtains were half drawn, leaving the room in dim light. Mr. Holt didn't turn to look at him, just silently puffed on his cigar. Ethan didn't speak either. This was the familiar, oppressive atmosphere that had pervaded this house since the day he had arrived. Years ago, in this same room, in this same dim light, Mr. Holt had glanced at him and told him to get out. But back then, Mr. Holt had been standing, looking down on him. He had had to tilt his head back to see him. Now, even if Mr. Holt's legs were fine and he stood up, he wouldn't be as tall as Ethan. After a long time, Mr. Holt finished his cigar and finally turned to speak. You haven't been back in a long time. One sentence. I thought you were busy with the company, so I didn't bother you. Two sentences. But you need to know your limits. Three sentences. What you can and can't do I need to teach you. That made it six. Playing around is one thing, but when it comes to marriage, you need to find someone presentable. Is Mark presentable? Ethan asked suddenly. Mr. Holt didn't understand for a moment. If you approve, I'll marry Mark. There was a sudden clatter in the study, followed by Mr. Holt's roar. What did you say? Are you insane? Derek, who had been eavesdropping outside, was so scared he nearly jumped out of his skin. He scrambled away, but not before hearing Ethan say he chose Chloe. I can break them up. When Mark got home, he hadn't even stepped inside when he saw Derek rushing out, nearly colliding with him. What's wrong? Mark laughed. So clumsy. Mark. Derek stammered, looking like he'd seen a ghost. Ethan. Ethan said he wants to marry you. Mark's smile froze on his face. What have I done to deserve this? That day, Ethan was kicked out before he even had dinner. But he still had things to do, so he got a room at a hotel for the night. After showering, he saw he had a missed call from Liam from a few minutes ago. He called back. Liam answered quickly. Ethan? Ethan replied. Not working at Kohl's tonight? Taking a night off, Liam said evasively. He asked, how was it at home? Got kicked out, Ethan said. Liam didn't sound surprised. He just asked, are you really upset? No, Ethan said. I counted 600 insults today. Liam was stunned. Your family can talk that much? Derek alone accounted for 300. Next time, I'm sewing his mouth shut, Liam said viciously. Ethan chuckled. Feeling better now? Ethan said, sinking into the soft bed. His voice was low. I miss you. On the other end of the line, Liam sounded a little smug. Do you want to see me? Ethan sat up in bed and looked toward the door. He got up, the phone still pressed to his ear, and slowly walked over. Yes. Then open the door, Liam said excitedly. The door opened. Liam, who had been in the middle of his sentence, stood in the doorway. He paused, then said with dissatisfaction, I wasn't finished yet. Why did you open the door so fast? Before he could finish, Ethan had swept him up into his arms, his warm kiss silencing him. So this is the first kiss, Liam thought dazedly. 600 of them. My lips are going to be raw. Liam's back was pressed against the hard wall, his mouth slightly open to receive Ethan's heavy kiss. Ethan, fresh from the shower, was still damp, his loosely tied robe clinging to Liam. Liam could smell the faint scent of shower gel, and he felt as if he were becoming damp himself. Ethan held his waist, kissing him for a long time without letting go. Liam had no idea how many kisses this counted as. He was running out of breath and had to push weakly against Ethan's arms before he finally pulled back a little. Ethan looked at his moist eyes, his voice low. How did you know I was here? I asked Peterson, Liam panted softly. Weren't you supposed to be waiting for me at home? I was worried you'd be sad, Liam said softly. I wanted to be with you. Ethan's gaze fell on his face, and he couldn't help but kiss him again, even more fiercely this time. He half carried him further into the room, stumbling until they fell onto the soft bed. Liam wrapped his arms around his neck, kissed until his mouth was numb and sore, but Ethan showed no signs of stopping. Instead, his body grew hotter, the searing heat making Liam feel feverish too. My lips. They're gonna be swollen, he mumbled. 600 is too many. Ethan propped himself up, his breathing ragged and audible. He brushed his hand over Liam's red, wet lips and asked slowly, Then can we trade? Liam's mind was a fog. Trade for what? Ethan kissed his neck, his hands sliding down to cup his lower back. Liam shuddered, letting out a sharp gasp. Ethan lifted his head and asked softly, "Is this okay?" The dampness from Ethan's body seemed to steam into hot air. Liam dazedly reached up and touched his sharp nose, his fingers tracing a path from his chin to his prominent Adam's apple. "Ethan," he murmured, his fingertips slipping inside the half-open robe. Ethan's eyes darkened. He pulled the covers over them. Clothes scattered to the floor. Broken sounds emerged from beneath the blankets. Liam clung to Ethan, his whole body trembling, crying and biting Ethan's shoulder, then worrying he had hurt him, which only made Ethan more fierce. Liam couldn't take it anymore and cried out his name, but Ethan seemed not to hear, kissing away the tears at the corners of his eyes, whispering his name gently in the chaos. Liam didn't know how long he cried. When Ethan finally stopped, he regained some sense of awareness, but he had no strength left. Ethan carried him to the bathroom to clean up, but somehow he ended up crying in the shower for a long time too. He didn't remember when he finally fell asleep. Vaguely, he had the terrifying thought that Ethan might have gone crazy. Ethan listened to his slurred sleep talk, smiled, and kissed him before pulling him into the blankets. When Ethan woke up around noon, Liam was still fast asleep. He had Peterson order some food. When he opened his phone, he saw several missed calls and a message from Mark. Mark, for once, had lost his usual composure. "Are you insane?" Ethan replied, "A little insanity can be a good thing." On the other end, Mark's temple throbbed. Ethan had conveniently caused a scene and then disappeared, leaving him behind at the family estate to be interrogated like a criminal by one person after another, all asking what was going on between him and Ethan, whether it was a matter of perversion or moral decay. Mark could only say that Ethan was having a breakdown. Mark's mother nearly fainted when she heard the news. She asked Mark over and over again if Ethan had done anything to him and told him to marry Chloe immediately to put an end to Ethan's ideas once and for all. After lecturing him, she went to cry in front of his father, eventually begging Mr. Holt to just leave Ethan alone. As long as he didn't bother Mark, she didn't care which man he was with outside. Mark's mother was not Mr. Holt's legal wife. He had had Mark before he was married. Mark had always been obedient and mature for his age, and Mr. Holt was very pleased with him, which was why he had brought him into the family and made him his eldest son. A few years later, Ethan had also returned to the family. Mr. Holt hadn't expected much from him, but Ethan had grown quickly, his abilities in various areas becoming more and more apparent over the years. He had even managed to turn around that teetering company in the city. Since then, he and Mark had been Mr. Holt's two most favored sons. But Mr. Holt had never expected to one day hear one of his sons say he wanted to marry the other. He had been so shocked that day he had nearly stood up from his wheelchair, just to pick it up and smash it over Ethan's head. But he was old now, too old to even hit Ethan with any force. Helen had also been so scared she had fled outside and tried to call Ethan all night, but no one answered. The next day, Ethan finally called her back. "What on earth are you doing?" Helen was both shocked and furious. "What's this about you and Mark? Don't you like that boy, Liam?" "I thought you didn't approve," Ethan said. "Well, Mark is definitely not an option. He's your brother." Helen cried. "Then I want Liam." "He's also not." "Then I'll go after Mark." Helen was mentally exhausted. She tried to reason with him. "Aren't you afraid your father will disown you? Take back the company? You'll have nothing left." Ethan was unfazed. "The Holt family business is so large. Do you think it's completely clean? I haven't been working for them for free all these years. His voice was cold. My father is the one who should be afraid. When Liam woke up, it was already afternoon. He groggily opened his eyes and saw Ethan sitting by the bed, stroking his face, telling him to get up and eat something. Liam's entire body was sore. His thighs felt like they were still being held by Ethan. They ached at the slightest movement. He couldn't get up. I feel like I've been run over by a truck, he said weakly, looking at Ethan reproachfully. It's all your fault. It's all my fault, Ethan admitted sincerely. He touched Liam's forehead. Are you dizzy? Liam nodded. Ethan's brow furrowed, but Liam didn't seem to have a fever. It's not a fever, Liam mumbled. My body still feels like it's shaking. I'm a little dizzy. Ethan couldn't help but laugh and kissed him. Liam chinged and warned him softly, next time you're not allowed to be so rough. When is next time? That's not the point. That day, Liam stayed in bed. Ethan fed him porridge, and he fell back into a deep sleep, mumbling in his dreams, Ethan, stop shaking. Ethan, expressionless, tucked him in. When Liam woke up again, it was dark outside. Ethan, in a robe, was sitting on the edge of the bed, working on his laptop. Liam looked at him and blinked slowly, his mind gradually clearing. He realized he was still in the hotel. He tried to move his legs. They were still sore, he couldn't even lift them. Ethan, seeing he was awake, got up and poured him a glass of warm water. After a few sips, Liam's throat felt better. I have to go back, he grumbled. I have class tomorrow. Ethan brushed the hair from his forehead. Our little scholar is still so dedicated to his studies. Liam was suddenly hit with a wave of nostalgia, as if he were back in middle school. He paused, then retorted softly, I'm not little anymore. Ethan laughed softly. Then can I call in sick for you? We can go back tomorrow. Liam thought about it and agreed. But then his brow furrowed again. What reason should I give for my absence? I can't just tell the professor I couldn't get out of bed. I'll take care of it. Ethan then called President Wallace, who agreed without asking any questions and said he would contact Liam's advisor, telling Ethan not to worry. Liam breathed a sigh of relief, thinking the president was a pretty nice guy. He looked up and saw that Ethan's robe was loosely tied, revealing a solid chest that rose and fell with his breathing. Below that, his abdomen was hidden by the fabric. Liam was stunned for a moment, remembering the chaotic night before. He thought he had touched Ethan's abs. They were hot and... He reached a hand out from under the covers and moved toward Ethan's stomach. Let me touch, he mumbled. Ethan grabbed his hand and looked at him silently for a moment. Didn't you get enough last night? Liam's face flushed. I forgot what they felt like, he said nonsensically. Ethan leaned down, his voice low. Do you want a reminder? Liam's neck shrank back. He suspected he didn't just want to be reminded of the abs. He said, his confidence wavering, Are you going to let me touch them or not? Ethan was afraid that if he did, things would get out of hand. Liam was also a little scared. He was still sore. If Ethan went crazy again, it would be disastrous. Never mind then. Before he could finish, Ethan said, or I could just hold back. I'll owe you. Why did it feel like this relationship was all about debt? The 600 kisses were just paid off, and now there was more debt. Liam felt it was a bad deal. No thanks, he said hesitantly. Ethan simply pulled open his robe. The abs, now in plain sight, dazzled Liam. Touch, Ethan said. Liam gritted his teeth. This guy. So infuriating. Ethan took his hand and placed it on his own stomach. Liam's mind buzzed. Just one touch. That's it. Half an hour later, now deeply in debt, Liam mentally cursed his own hand for being so weak-willed. Why had he touched for so long? What a pervert. On Monday, Mark called. He said Mr. Holt was so angry he had gone on a hunger strike, saying Ethan was trying to kill him. He can't go a day without a cigar. He's not going on a hunger strike, Ethan said dismissively. He just wants you to back down, Mark said. Why don't you come back and apologize? Or I could hold a press conference, Ethan said. A press conference for what? Mark didn't understand.
To propose to you.
Mark hung up with a do. Apparently, Mr. Holt ate 2 large bowls of rice that day, saying he needed his strength to beat Ethan. He also warned him that if he dared to hold some ridiculous proposal press conference and embarrass the family, he would personally smash his wheelchair over his head. Liam knew nothing of the drama at the Holt family home. When he woke up, it was nearly noon. He heard Ethan on the phone with Peterson, booking plane tickets for that afternoon. Liam assumed he was going back first and asked, "When are you coming back?" Ethan lifted him from the bed and carried him to the bathroom. "I'm going back with you this afternoon." Liam, draped dazedly over his shoulder, asked, "What about things here?" "Mark will handle it," Ethan said, seemingly unconcerned. "Your brother." Liam was curious. "Is he nice to you?" "He seemed okay last time I met him." "It's just a business transaction," Ethan said. "Most of the Holt family assets are already in Mark's hands. I've helped him a lot over the years. The only condition was that I get the company in this city." Liam was quiet for a moment. "Was it because I was going to college here that you came here?" Ethan didn't deny it. "That company is also very profitable." Liam nuzzled into his neck. "I can make money too. Lots of it." Ethan said. "You can support me." Liam thought about Ethan's ridiculously expensive mansion, his constantly changing cars, his custom-tailored suits. He couldn't afford to support that. He'd probably end up with his $3,500 a month salary. He silently retracted his ambitious statement. "Yeah, it's better to be self-reliant." Ethan laughed and wiped his face. Before they left for the airport that afternoon, Ethan went out for a bit. Liam was waiting in the hotel when he heard a knock on the door. He peeked through the peephole and saw Derek standing outside. Derek was surprised to see Liam but didn't say much, just asked where Ethan was. Liam opened the door. He went out. Derek ran a hand through his hair in frustration and shoved a file folder into his hands. "Mark told me to give this to him." His voice was as hoarse as a duck's. Liam instantly remembered that he had insulted Ethan 300 times. His throat must be sore from all that yelling. Serves you right, Liam thought. That's what you get for insulting Ethan. He couldn't help but say, "You're not allowed to insult Ethan anymore." Who would dare insult him? Derek said, "Wronged. He's turned the house upside down. I wouldn't dare provoke him." "I don't believe you," Liam said. "If you didn't yell at him, why does your voice sound like that?" "Who knows what's gotten into him?" Derek fumed. "That day, he insisted I say 300 sentences. If I didn't, he said he'd hang me up and beat me. You think it's easy to say that much at once?" I was about to start barking like a dog. When Ethan got back to the hotel, he found Liam sitting on the bed, hugging a pillow, looking at him with a very serious expression. "What's wrong?" "Derek was here today," Liam said. Ethan nodded. "What did he say?" "He said he didn't insult you," Liam said. "He said you forced him to say 300 sentences." Liam thought Ethan would deny it, but he admitted it right away. I was looking for an excuse to kiss you." Seeing Liam wasn't speaking, Ethan walked over and sat on the edge of the bed. "Are you angry?" he asked softly. "You don't need it," Liam said suddenly. Ethan didn't understand. "What? You're my boyfriend," Liam said, looking up at him seriously. "You don't need an excuse to kiss me." Ethan looked at him, silent for a long time. Why are you looking at me like that? Liam asked, feeling a little self-conscious. Ethan reached out and cupped his warm face. I want to kiss you right now. The tips of Liam's ears turned red. He hesitated for a few seconds, then reached up, held Ethan's face, and gave him a quick peck on the lips. He was about to pull away when Ethan pressed forward, not with a quick peck, but with an overwhelming presence that crushed Liam's lips. His tongue invading, kissing him deep and heavy, again and again, until they were inseparable. It was only when Liam let out a muffled protest that his lips were finally released. He leaned against Ethan's chest, panting, then suddenly remembered something. He sat up and grabbed the file folder from the nightstand. Derek said your brother wanted you to have this. Ethan took it and opened it. Liam asked curiously, what is it? Stock transfer agreement, Ethan said. For the company here in the city. Liam understood immediately. Your brother really gave you the company. Ethan said. It was agreed upon a long time ago. He's just fulfilling his promise. He stood up, helped Liam put on his jacket, and took his warm hand. Let's go home. Liam's eyes crinkled with a smile. Okay. They flew back to the city that afternoon. With final exams approaching, Liam was busy studying. He went to work less often, and he hadn't even seen much of Cole. One day, his classes ended early, and he decided to go to the company to find Ethan. He lurked outside the main entrance for a while, and only when he was sure his dad wasn't around did he sneak in. He had only taken a few steps when he heard a loud cough behind him. He froze and turned around stiffly. Dad, is your throat bothering you? You should drink more water. I'll go upstairs and get you some. He was about to make a run for it when his dad shouted, Halt, mister. Miller looked at him suspiciously. Are you going to get water, or are you going to see Ethan? Get water, and see Ethan on the way. Mister. Miller's eyes narrowed. You're not going. Liam pouted. You used to think Ethan was great. Why are you so angry now that we're together? Has he changed? He's a man, mister. Miller fumed. I know, Liam said. I'm a man too. Exactly, mister. Miller said. You're both men. How can you be together? Like this, Liam said. Isn't it fine? But you can't get married, mister. Miller disapproved. There's no security. He could leave you at any time. What would you do then? If he really wanted to leave me, it wouldn't matter if we were married or not, Liam said. Married people can get divorced too, mister. Miller was speechless for a moment. But at least if you're married, you might not get divorced. Liam thought about it. Do we have to get married? Mister. Miller thought he had finally seen the light. Yes. Then I'll tell Ethan we should go get married abroad. Mister. Miller was about to have a heart attack. All I want is for you to find someone you like, who is good to you, who you can support each other with for the rest of your lives. That's Ethan, Liam said. Mister. Miller was even more furious. Does it have to be him? Liam was quiet for a moment. I don't know, he said, lowering his eyes. But I don't want Ethan to marry someone else. Just thinking about it makes me so sad. I always thought Ethan was just my friend, that all my reliance and longing for him was because he was my best friend. But best friends aren't supposed to be scared of them marrying someone else. They're not supposed to get angry just thinking about them hugging or kissing someone else. Then I realized, I think that's jealousy. He looked up at his dad. Dad, I think I like Ethan more than I even realized. Like how you loved Mom. Mister. Miller was stunned. A distant memory surfaced, bringing tears to his eyes. He turned away as if sighing. Don't come crying to me. I won't, Liam smiled. I won't regret it. Just then, The elevator in the distance dinged. Ethan walked out. Ethan. Liam ran over happily. Ethan wrapped an arm around him, then heard Mr. Miller cough disapprovingly behind him. Ethan quickly let go and, like an honest man, greeted him. He then took a set of keys from his pocket and offered them to him. Mr. Miller squinted at them. Keys to what? The old house, Ethan said. Liam was stunned. But wasn't that house sold? I bought it back. That house held too many memories, for Liam's family and for him. Ethan looked at Liam. How about we spend the new year there this year? Liam smiled and nodded. Okay. Mr. Miller clutched the keys, his eyes suddenly moist. Why did you buy it back? He murmured. It was sold, it's done. He turned away, trying to sound tough. I don't want it. You can have it back. But his hand held the keys tightly. He slapped his own hand a few times and said with a stubborn expression, I'll just take a look, then I'll give them back. You don't have to, Ethan said. You should keep them. I don't want them, Mr. Miller insisted. I'll just take a look. What are you being so stubborn for? Liam mumbled. You just agreed a minute ago. Agreed to what? Ethan asked. He told us to get married. That's not what I said. Mr. Miller cried, wronged. For the first time in his life, Mr. Miller witnessed blatant fabrication, from his own son no less. He said it with such conviction that even he started to doubt himself. No, I didn't say that. Didn't you just tell me I had to get married? Liam asked. Mr. Miller nodded numbly. Yes. Then I'm marrying Ethan, Liam said. So you were telling us to get married. Ethan grabbed Liam's hand. I'll make the arrangements. Is tomorrow okay? Mr. Miller's eyes nearly popped out of his head. Liam also hadn't expected it to be so fast. He was completely unprepared, his heart pounding. Isn't that a little too fast? He stammered. It's not fast. We still have a whole day. But tomorrow is too fast. Mr. Miller, seeing his hesitation, breathed a sigh of relief and was about to agree when he heard Liam say, How about the day after tomorrow? What was the difference between tomorrow and the day after tomorrow? No, he objected. The day after tomorrow is also too fast. Then the day after that? No, Mr. Miller glared at them. Is marriage something you take so lightly? It's not light, Liam said. We're waiting 2 days. At least 2 months. Listen to your father. Then we'll register in 2 months, Ethan said. Mr. Miller clutched his chest. Let me breathe. All this is going to give me a heart attack. Wait, he suddenly realized. Did I agree to this? He felt like he had just fallen into a trap. On Saturday, the three of them went back to the old house. It was just as he remembered it, a simple style, not very spacious, but it had held the happiness of 4 people, one of whom was now long gone. When Liam entered, he asked, puzzled, It doesn't look like anything has changed. Has no one lived here? The family that bought it never moved in? Ethan casually placed the keys on the entryway table. Maybe they had somewhere else to live. In reality, he had gotten news of the sale not long after it happened and had bought it back. But at the time, everything was uncertain. He didn't know if, when they met again, Liam would be the same as he was back then. Thankfully, he was lucky. Perhaps that reunion was his greatest fortune. Because it had been empty for so long, the house was dusty. Mr. Miller, without a word, found some rags, shoved one into Liam's and Ethan's hands, and told them to help clean. Ethan took off his suit jacket, rolled up his sleeves, revealing strong forearms. He had only wiped the table twice when he heard Liam call him. Ethan, look! Liam pointed to a series of neat marks on a doorframe. He told Ethan excitedly, "This is where Mom used to measure my height." Ethan walked over and ran his hand over the lines, as if seeing a younger Liam growing up, standing here at different ages, eagerly waiting to see if he had grown taller. When you're young, you can't wait to grow up. When you're grown up, you wish you could stay young forever. Ethan had seen these marks before, but back then, there were fewer of them. The new ones held the time they had been apart. He looked at the lowest mark and asked suddenly, "How old were you here?" Before Liam could answer, he said, "So short." Liam kicked him playfully. "I was 5. How tall was I supposed to be?" Ethan's hand moved much higher up the frame. "I was 5 here," he said, being a jerk. "You were as tall as a water buffalo when you were 5? Ethan couldn't help but laugh. "I'm kidding. I was short too. Mister." Miller poked his head out of the kitchen and yelled, "What are you two whispering about? Get to work. No slacking off. Did you sweep the floor? Take out the trash?" Okay, we're not slacking off," Liam said, huffing and puffing as he cleaned the living room, leaving his old bedroom to Ethan. Liam's room was the place Ethan knew best. It was simple, just a bed and a small desk. Back then, Liam's mom would often have him stay for dinner. She would remember what he liked and didn't like, worry about him going home too late, and have him stay the night. She would find him clean clothes and tell them both to go to bed early. Those were some of Ethan's few memories of a home. He and Liam would squeeze together at that small desk, doing their homework, their arms and legs touching. The warm yellow light would spill over them. Liam was always very focused when he did his homework, not talking or fidgeting. Ethan was also very focused, but most of the time he was focused on Liam. He would watch the little cowlick in his hair, his long, thick eyelashes, the way his brow would furrow when he was stuck on a problem. So Liam always finished his homework first. Ethan seemed to have a chronic case of procrastination, only writing a little when he was prodded. The little scholar, who cared only about his studies, would sometimes climb out of bed, half asleep, and ask him if he had finished his homework yet. Only after getting an affirmative answer would he go back to sleep satisfied. And Ethan would lie beside him in this bed, looking at his sleeping face, imagining their future. He wondered if Liam would ever notice that he liked him, how he would react. Probably not, he thought. Even if he kissed Liam, he would probably just ask, "Can best friends kiss?" Later, he had imagined countless times what it would have been like if he hadn't left that year. He would have confessed to Liam after their final exams. Liam would probably have been shocked and confused, then would have wanted to reject him. He would have shamelessly threatened that if he rejected him, they couldn't be friends anymore. The soft-hearted Liam, not wanting to lose a friend, would have agreed. And once he agreed, they would definitely not be just friends anymore. Silly Liam would have been tricked just like that. They would have gone to college together. Liam would have dragged him to the library every day to study. If he failed a class, Liam would probably have been angry with him for days. No, Liam wouldn't have let him fail a class. He would have been watching him study every day. Thinking about it, Ethan let out a laugh. Liam came over with a feather duster, puzzled. "What's so funny about wiping a table?" Ethan reached out and wiped a speck of dust from his face, a smile in his eyes. "Yeah, I'm happy." He asked, "If I had gone to college with you, where would you have wanted to take me most?" Liam's eyes lit up. "The dining hall. There's a restaurant on the second floor of our dining hall that's amazing." So his greatest love, studying, had been replaced by his greatest love, eating? As evening approached, the house was finally clean. Mr. Miller wanted to stay there by himself for a day, so he kicked them out. Sitting in the car, Liam watched the house fade from view. He turned his head and bumped it against Ethan's shoulder. "What am I going to do? I have no money to pay you back." Ethan wrapped an arm around him. "Then we'll sign another agreement. A lifetime term." Liam's lips curved into a smile, but he deliberately said, "Then I'd be even cheaper. Not even $3,500 a month." Ethan leaned down and whispered in his ear, "You can touch my abs." Liam's eyes lit up. He struggled for a moment, then reluctantly agreed. "Fine." That night, Liam, stressed from studying for finals, went to the study to find Ethan, wanting to touch his abs to relax. He never made it out of the study. Only the sound of muffled sobs could be heard from under the door.